Listening to it, and I was just like, this is a little abstract. It's a little bit almost too out there for me to try and wrap my head around, because he is very intelligent, and the way he raps is different. It's not very obvious what he's rapping about. You kind of have to dig through it, which I do appreciate, and I do like that. So it took me a minute to really get into him, and once I did, I was like, wow, this guy's an incredible, not just an MC, but I look at more of him as a writer. Like, he's an incredible writer. I could see how he could write TV shows and comedy sketches and things like that because of how his mind works.
When I was going through them, so this week we are doing Open Mike Eagle and his Brick Body Kids.
Still Daydream.
From
2017.
I thought it was 15.
15? I'm pretty sure it was 17.
Yeah. Well, anyways, so we're covering that today. Yeah. He is from Chicago, Illinois. His name is Michael W. Eagle II. And yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said. I mean, just from what I've listened to him so far, he's definitely. There were times where he was very poetic, and I liked the way that he was putting things together, and I liked the delivery. There were times where I thought the same style was being used like in a lot of songs, so it got redundant for me. But overall, like I like the message that he's putting out there. And he seems like a cool dude. Watch the video on it that you sent, and then talking about the projects and where he grew up.
Yeah, so back to what I was saying about him being a little bit abstract is, he talks about a lot of real issues and real stuff, but he does it in a creative way. So one of the concepts of this album is him being a superhero. So he talks about his childhood and where he came from, and the Robert Taylor housing projects where he grew up, and he raps about it in the guise of a superhero and being in a comic book, which is really interesting. He gives personification to those buildings.
Maybe we'll go.
And he's not so obvious. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, this is my album, I'm going to rap about growing up in those projects like, most other rappers would. They would just talk about their experience. They wouldn't try to, use any other type of personification for that.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if, as we go through this and talk it track by track, if that'll make more sense to me, because like I take it at face value, right? So I mean, I'm not really looking at other people's reviews about what his work is about. So as you're talking about the superhero thing, and I saw that in the comments when I'm looking at the lyrics, but I didn't get the sense that every track was, him flying through the neighborhood.
No, not every track is around that, but I think he does.
I mean, I can clarify and say I didn't get a sense of that from any of those tracks.